People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for watching and tuning in and all of these sort of things. Stars and duds of the week. Now, if you haven't watched this before, you obviously know in this vid I'd pick my best and worst performers and actually now managers, because you guys asked, from the game weeks. Now, what a game week it's been in terms of the Premier League. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm buzzing, people. I'm not going to lie, man. It might not have been convincing on the large part of it, but pardon me, on paper, waking up on Monday morning, we won 4-2 against Spurs. We shifted 4 against typically a good side defensively. So it's all right. Liverpool obviously have just got more or less a last minute winner against Everton. United dropped points, Spurs lost. So it's been a good week. City, Chelsea won. So depending on what club you support, it's been a good week or it's been a terrible weekend. Cardiff got some 3 points. They don't get 3 points too often. They got 3 points again. Against Wolves on Friday as well. So it's been a good week. West Ham as well. Good performance from them. So stars and duds. In regards to the manager, I was going to... Oh, I was going to yawn there. Apologies, people, for that. In terms of the manager, I wanted to go Mark Hughes, you know. That's a good result for Southampton. But I'm going to go Unai Emery. I feel we set up good. I feel when we conceded the goals, you can obviously... At the end of the day, he's the guy training the team. So... how we set up defensively is on him, and we conceded 2 cheap goals, and I don't think you can blame any of that on him. I feel he got his tactics right. He obviously got the subs yet again right. He obviously switched the formation a bit in the game as well. I think he did all right today, and he's got his first North London derby win at his first time of asking. So at least until he loses, he's got a 100% win record against Spurs. So it's a good goal for me, people. It's getting late, but I'm tired. Unai Emery in goal. Unai Emery is the manager. In goal, ooh, it's a tough one. In regards to the keeper, I don't know, man. I'll go Fabianski in goal. I'll give it to Fabianski, man, purely because there's been times Fabianski has deserved to get in the team. And obviously, you got Alisson, you got De Gea, you got some top quality keepers and some not so good keepers that are pulling off blinders. So, yeah, give it to Fabianski. At the end of the day, he kept a clean sheet at Newcastle. They won 3-0. And, yeah, man... He's always very unlucky in terms of getting into my stars. So I'm going to give it to Fabianski, to be fair with you. Right back, I'm going to go with Bellerin. I feel that's Bellerin's probably his best performance against... who do we play? Against Spurs. That's probably his best performance, or hand-on-hand, most convincing performance I've seen from him this season. And it is in a big game. So Hector Bellerin's going to go at right back. Left back for me is Cedric of Southampton. We all saw that free kick. Come on, man. He deserves a mention for that. His former teammate, or at least I think it was his former teammate at Southampton. Liverpool kept a clean sheet, so I'm going to slap Van Dijk in here. For the very same reasons, Rudiger of Chelsea is going to partner Van Dijk at centre-half. So we've got Fabianski, Cedric, Bellerin, Van Dijk and Rudiger at the heart of defence. Midfield is where it gets a bit techie. I felt I really was going to put Ramsey in this, to be fair with you, but... probably get too many Arsenal players. So I'm going to go with Lemina. I feel if anyone deserved to walk away from the Southampton side with 3 points, a few of them, don't get twisted, a few of them did. I feel Lemina was very good, man. And I don't know what it is, man. Like, why isn't he at a bigger team? Is it because you need to see more possibly goals and assists? If not goals and assists, do you want to see him have greater importance in games? Is it fitness? Is it being hot and cold in terms of being in games? I don't know, but... I think Southampton done a very good coup signing him, and I feel he had a good game. So Lemina, Torreira, Mr. Consistent, Mr. South American fighter. We've really loved this player. I really think he's going to go to Barcelona or Madrid or them clubs there in the next few years. So I'm just going to enjoy him where he is. I think he's a world-class player already, to be honest with you. You guys know I never really get excited, but I'm going to live up to the name deluded. The consistent performances he's putting in is amazing, and it's nice to see he got his first goal today. He put in, even if he did take away his goal, link-up play was there, passing was there, defensively was there. It's just Torreira is Torreira. Bloody good footballer, man. So Lucas Torreira is going to be in midfield with Lemina. In the 10 position, another South American in Felipe Anderson. I mean, he had Yedlin on toast throughout the whole game. He obviously scored as well, so he deserves his place. Up front, I wanted to include Sane and Sterling, and I feel kind of bad not including them, but same way, they must have been, but them two names, or just City players in general, must have more or less, without a doubt, been in every possible stars and duds of the week I have. Obviously, just the stars. So I feel it's not necessarily fair, man. So I'm going to give it to Sane and Sterling. They would be in it, and they deserve a shout-out, because I think they were good. So does Bernardo Silva. But I'm going to go up front. I'm going to go with Aubameyang. 2 goals, 1 assist in a big game, top 6 side. And he rarely does it in the big games in the sense that his performances are good. But on stats, he's not doing it against the top 6. And he had a good performance, man. A brace and an assist. He was bought for 50-odd million. He's our star striker. He did what he needed to do and what he's expected to do. So Aubameyang's going to go up there. Lacazette, super sub like Aaron Ramsey, came off the bench and changed the game. And obviously Torreira added insult to injury and rubbed salt in Spurs' wounds. But Lacazette technically got the winner. I mean, excluding the goal, his link-up play. And the tempo has risen better yet when him and Ramsey came on the pitch. So Aubameyang and Lacazette are going to get into the team for me. Hernandez of West Ham's going to be in the team as well. He got a brace. I can't not include him. Couple other people could have got a shout out. Ramsey, like I've just said, from an Arsenal's perspective. Probably Kohler as well to a degree. Sterling and Sane, like I said. Zaha, MacArthur, Townsend, Bruno of Brighton turned this game around. Rashford started off poorly against Manchester United, better yet, but then he obviously set up 2 goals. Gundogan and just about any other City player, to be fair with you. Loftus-Cheek, Pedro. I actually think Callum Chambers as well, to be fair with you. So yeah, there was quite a few good performers, man, and there's many more. Hoylett, he scored a cracker as well. And a couple more Cardiff players, to be fair with you. So we'll be here all day. Callum Wilson of Bournemouth as well. So yeah, we'll be here all day. But in terms of the Dutch people, where it gets a bit exciting for myself personally now. Start off with the manager, I suppose. In terms of management, I'm going to give it to probably Sean Dyche. Now, Sean Dyche is side, like in the terms of, when you look at the Prem, obviously Wenger's not there anymore, but you looked at Wenger, Pochettino to a degree, Eddie Howe. I guess you could probably say Chris Hughton to a slight degree as well, and obviously Pep. There's only a handful of managers that maybe Klopp, that are really given time. I say time lightly for want of a better phrase, but given time can build the side and mould it into their way of playing, get everyone collectively fighting for that way of thinking and things like that. And Sean Dyche is one of them. That Burnley side, they qualified for Europe a couple of years ago, or last year, 2 years ago, whenever it was. There's some good players. They got some good English-only players. But this season, they've been shocking, and they lost again. Defensively, woeful. I don't know whether it's a loss of confidence or whatever, but it's not there. For one reason or another, it's sad, but it's on the manager. It's sad. This is the sword you die on as a manager ultimately. So I'm gonna put Sean Dyche as the manager. Ingo, I'm gonna go with Dubravka. Hopefully I've said his name correctly. Of Newcastle, he's gonna go and goal for me purely because they lost 3-0. I mean, whether it's his fault or not, they lost 3-0. Lloris could be in here for conceding 4 goals as well, to be fair. So special mention to Lloris. But yeah. So the Dubravka in goal. Left back, I'm going to go with Ashley Young. He was just terrible for Manchester United. The less said on him, the better. He was genuinely terrible. Right back, I'm going to go with Yedlin of Newcastle. I mean, if Felipe Anderson's in my stars of the week, then Yedlin's got to be in my duds. Twisted him from pillar to post. He stressed him out. Centre half, I'm going to go with Vertonghen, and I'm going to go with Kevin Long. Kevin Long for Burnley was just getting destroyed. Vertonghen never really got going. Silly sending off, silly nasticals, cynicals, second yellow. First one was pretty stupid, whether you think Mustafi's going to win the header or not. I don't know why you're doing that. Probably on another day could be sent off for things like that, because that's intentional. I swear you can be sent off for that. Meant to be. Fair enough, you haven't started with Foyth too many times, and you've had your own injury issues, but you were once, or still to a degree, held as, when people say top 5 or top centre-halves in the Premier League, people normally scream him, and it wasn't a performance of such. So Vertonghen and Kevin Long are gonna partner. Obviously Young and Yedlin at fullback and Nebraska behind them. In midfield is where it gets a bit political. I'm gonna go with Key. I feel Key's side was pretty poor, so Key's got to be in here too. I'm going to go with Dele Alli. Dele Alli, what did Dele Alli do? Dele Alli's best performance against Arsenal today best action was actually when he was trying to rile everybody up, when he was smug and he thought they would win, or when he was doing whatever handbags with Ramsey. So Dele Alli's going to be in there as well, anonymous. And will it be spoken about? I'm not too sure. It's another big game, that guy's close. But if he goes and bags a brace against, I don't know, Brighton, he's the best midfielder in the world. Paul Pogba's going to be in here. Now, Pogba's got so much ability, but he's incredibly frustrating at times. If you just like Delph says in that documentary, Pep Guardiola documentary, just get to the basics. And some of the time, some of the things that he was doing is not what you attribute with Pogba. I mean, it was just selfish and stupidity, borderline, just holding on to the ball for too long, doing skills near his own defensive area. It's this sort of focus that's stopping him from being mentioned in the likes of Verratti to a degree, Thiago, higher than them. You got the Modrics and etc. So he's gonna partner Key and Dele Alli in the midfield. Up front, Kane scored, but I feel Kane was incredibly anonymous. He scored a penalty, but what did he do? He was no focal point. He didn't trouble us. He didn't really. These centre halves are nervous of Arsenal. And Kane's a prolific striker against Arsenal, and he scored against Arsenal. But he didn't really. I wouldn't say Kane troubled us or scared us or done anything of note. More or less in the back pocket of the defenders. So Kane's going to be in here despite scoring. I'm going to go with Lukaku as well. Again, he scored, but quite a woeful game, and it just summed up with him failing to control that touch and then getting injured. So Lukaku's going to be in here. I'm going to go with success of Watford, man, because he really should have scored for Watford in their defeat. Salah could have been in here, people, as well. A couple Liverpool players, probably Mane as well. Salah, I've already said. Is it Foyth? I can't say his name, of Spurs. McTominay of United. Kennedy of Newcastle. Helder Costa and Jota of Wolves. Who else is there? Just about all the Spurs players, Lloris, they all switched off. Like Son, where was Son? Like where was he? I feel Sissoko was alright, but then again, it's just Sissoko. Obviously, I feel Yoshida probably could have been in this team, and Vestergaard of Southampton as well, people. So there was a lot of Iwobi and Mkhitaryan. Obviously, we can't escape that as Arsenal fans. They could have both been in here. Mkhitaryan more than Ozil, in my opinion. But yeah, like, there's really not much more to say on that front, man. People, deluded, guys. Yeah, man, there's not much more to say. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I'm out, personally.